Morning folks, and welcome back. Right, we've got some graft to do today because it's Thursday and this film's coming out tomorrow, and I was struggling with something to do yesterday. I was supposed to do some filming yesterday and it was horrendous. It was absolutely biblical, the rain, and today, oh, it's fantastic. So we had so much rain yesterday, I just couldn't do anything. So what we're going to do, I want to do some work up near the hide. Now in front of the hide, we'll go up in a minute and have a look, but I mentioned about putting a stone wall. I think stone walls are fantastic, and I want to make an environment where there's potentially mice, voles, you know, storks, weasels, and it can provide a shelter for them, and it'll provide some good photo opportunities, and also it's a prop for the birds as well. So we'll head up there now. Somebody told me, I don't know whether it's a roofing philosophy, never go up without taking something and never come down without bringing something back. And I'm fully embracing that ideology because it's a traipse up there. So I'm going to go up. We're going to take a barrow, some tools, and I'll show you what the idea is. So hopefully this is the plan. We're going to get stuck in today while the weather's fantastic. Get this, whether we get it all finished, I don't know, but hopefully what we'll do in the morning, we'll try and get some pictures, we'll try and edit them, and we'll try and get a film together, and hopefully you'll be watching this tomorrow night. So let's get cracking. Right, I think minimal tools really. Level, we've got a graft, I think there's a spade already up there. What we'll do, I ain't taking an empty barrel like that, so we'll lump some stone in it and go and build a wall. I'll be happy when this wood chip path's down. That's the idea. We're gonna wood chip all this right up the side of the, right up to the extension there, and then right down to the polytunnel, because it gets a bit skanky and a bit wet down here. I've just put a new gutter on there. Well, I've cobbled something together, and we've got water running into the stream, which is good. But as I was saying, all this stone, with loads of stone about the place, you know, from where the side of the barn came down. So there's a massive pile there, and then all this stuff. So we're going to use some of that for this little stone wall. We've got plenty to do all the projects that we want. So I've never built a stone wall before. How difficult can it be? But I've watched a couple of videos and people have said, you know, I've heard stonemasons say once you pick a stone up, you don't put it down. It has a place. Now whether it works out like that for us, I don't know. But what I want to try and do is create some. So it's going to be a dry stone wall. We're not putting mortar in or anything, but I want to try and create some like little safe havens, if you will. So I've got some slate, and I want to create some areas that are going to remain dry, so that it'll try and, you know, maybe encourage the voles or rodents or whatever to make a nest in there. That's the idea. So we'll get some. I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't. I'm just going to lump a lot of stone in, and we'll see what happens. But you know, there's some belting lumps here, and there's some big ones as well. So it's going to be a grafter today. We'll try and get them a decent size. You know, some of these long ones, I would imagine they're going to be great for tying in, you know, across. It's going to be the what I plan to do. Well, I'll show you when I get up there, but I've got a big oak post. Now normally a stone wall would probably have a big, you know, stone pillar on the corner, but I haven't got any of them. So I've got this lovely big stone, big oak post that I've been using, So I'm going to use that as the corner piece, if you will, and then we'll just build off that. Right, we'll not go daft, we don't want to break the barrier. Let's get up there. Too heavy. It's digging into the ground. So, less stone, more progress. Right. Right, so this little setup at the front, you might have seen it on the last video when we completed it. This is for, well, it's specifically for the low level shooting windows. So I mean, you know, I had the J's on here yesterday, which were fantastic. You know, they're coming that close to the hide already, so they're feeding confidently. Now, so that bit's kind of sorted. It's this bit here that there's not a lot. There's all this you know, old knapweed that's in the way, so it feels like a bit of a wasted part at the moment. So I don't want to obscure the buzzard setup, so I'm thinking I'm going to move this. If I put my post about there and probably that height, I don't want to go too high, you see. I've got to be careful that I don't obstruct what's behind. I've got that nice perch there that the tawny owls come down on. So from there, no, that's not going to obscure. So if I put the big post, which is there, I'm going to dig that in, and then we're going to kind of arch it round a bit. It's not going to be straight. I'll put a bit of a bow in it, and it'll gradually, I don't know, I'm making it up as I go along, like most things. But I'm going to try and retain this behind it as well, because I like this. This adds a nice effect. You know, the top of the wall will probably be about there, and then it'll just kind of peter down to nothing because of the slope of the ground. So the first job really is to get a load of stone up here. I want to get a load of stone. I'll dump it there. Then we've got a good stock. We'll get this dug in, build a wall. So this is the post in question. A fantastic farmyard find. So that's going to go here. Obviously lower down, we'll put it in about there. That's a cracker, isn't it? We'll take that off. Look at that. I think that'll pass as a stone. We'll just build the wall off here. Don't have to be that long, you know, 5 or 6 foot, maybe a bit longer. Right. Let's go and get some rocks. Right, I'm just going to get my breath back and have a coffee. In fact, pass us a fig roll, love. This requires a fig. I'll add that. So I don't know if you can hear them, but I've just tried bringing them up with the lawn tractor. I'll show you in a bit. Big shout out to Bobby Lee, who kindly gifted it to the homestead, which was fantastic. It was a bit of a fixer-upper, but I put a new tyre on it, sorted a puncture out, new battery, sorted the wiring out, and it's going to be a brilliant tool for around here for lugging stuff. But it's too steep and it's too wet up here for it. The wheels were spinning on it. I bought a little trailer, a little tipping trailer for the back of it, and it's going to be priceless for up and down the lane, you know, shifting logs and all sorts of stuff. So a massive shout out, cheers pal, very very kind of you that. It's going to save my lungs and legs. Not today though. So we'll have a bit of a wet, brewing a fig. I need the energy. I reckon it might be about 30 barrel loads. That's 3, and I've hardly made a dent in it. But it's gonna be soul destroying doing all that at once. So I'm gonna get this posted in a minute. Then I brought my 4-foot level, and I'm just gonna dig a little, you know, a level spot rather than putting it on the grass. I'd rather be get down to the soil and have a nice level base to work off. And we'll start building. If I don't have a coronary first. Right, let's get spade out. I can categorically guarantee that there will be a rock in this hole that I am digging, which I don't mind because I can use it in walk on. There it is. That's better. Let's have a look. So from here, no, that's going to do. It's all right, is that? So I think we'll get that compacted in. We'll get a bit more. We'll backfill a bit. there we have it. Well, nearly finished. I'm just going to, it's kind of level. It's a bit deceiving, to be honest, with the slope of the ground, but I'm going to try and find some nice flattish bits, and then just try and put a top on it as such. Some of the holes I'm going to get some moss. I know where there's a lot of moss, so I'm just going to shove that in so that it makes it look a bit more solid. But I don't think that's so bad, really. Not bad for, that's about 3 hours work, and I counted it, it was 22 barras. So I'll sleep tonight. Right, let's get down there, find them flat bits. We'll try and, you know, flat it off as much as we can, and yeah, get that moss in, and then look forward to trying to get some pictures in the morning. Barrow, come on. Oh. That's what I'm after, nice flat ones like that. It's been like the world's hardest jigsaw puzzle. When you do a jigsaw puzzle, you've usually got a picture to go off, haven't you? But not this one. I have a newfound respect for stone wallers. I have that. Right, I think that'll do. I'm going to get a bit of moss now. Fill them holes up. Right, there we have it. That's our last. I found that on way up. I thought it'd look alright. I'll put that there, a root. And then I've just got some bits of moss. They're on top of the log shelter. So I'm just gonna, I'll probably get some more actually, because there's a few gaps through it. I don't know, it doesn't look right. It's got to look a bit weathered. So I'm hoping that this moss will carry on growing. Whether it does or not, I don't know, but we'll put it on. We'll put it there. I mean, it'll weather in. So we'll put a bit of earth in the back, some of that we dug out. We'll just plug them few holes up, and it's not going anywhere. I mean, I won't walk on top of it and try and do a back somersault like, but I won't try doing that off anything. But I think if a jay or a tawny owl or anything lands on it, I think it'll be all right. So, right, we'll get this finished off. We'll see you in the morning, back in the hide. Morning, folks. Right, we're in the hide. We've come in under the cover of darkness. I can't believe it. Time around 5 to 7. It's still pitch black. It's a full moon out there. So I wanted to get in. Well, I just wanted to get in case them buzzards are up in the trees, because they're super cute. So before we open any of the hatches up, what I want to do, I'll get my gear out, get set up. I'll tell you what I have got. Look at that. Some of these little turntables, they're quite smart. You just put them there, put your bean bag on the turntable, and then you've got, you know, you can move around without making any noise. So we're going to give them a try. Hopefully the stone wall's still stood up. Nothing's landed on it and it's collapsed, but I'm sure it'll be all right. So we're going to go with the 500 first. I brought the 500 and the 300, the teleconverter, just to mix it up a bit. We'll probably switch to the 300 when we go and do some prone shooting. Try that new wall out. What I did last night. Oh, the light's gone off. Bear with. Sorry about that. I've got a little solar light and it obviously doesn't work by moonlight, but there wasn't enough juice in it to stay lit for more than 5 minutes anyway. What was I saying? What I did last night, just as it was going dark, I came up, put a bit of feed out, tops all the peanut feeders up, the bird seed, and so that I wasn't having to go out this morning and make my presence known. So we'll get set up now, open one of the hatches up. It's going to be at least half an hour before we get any light, maybe more. See what we can get. Well, we've had a few visitors in on the wall, which is good. There's a buzzard just in the tree opposite at the moment, but he's been sat there for well over half an hour. Just weighing the job up, I think. But that's encouraging. We've got a woodpecker on the roof. I don't know if you can pick it up on the mic. A little bit more score, I think. Mic up here. Well, the jays have been on good form this morning. There are loads of jays in. Woodpeckers. Nuthatches galore. Never seen so many nuthatches. Yeah, it's a grand morning. A really unusual looking cock pheasant in as well. Right folks, we're going to call it a do on this one. I'm not going to lie, I got distracted. I got sidetracked. There's a buzzard up there. I had an hour this morning, and it's now 4:30, and the buzzard's been sat up there for over an hour. He's teasing me. I just hope he comes down before it gets too dark. We're starting to lose the light a bit, but I can't go while it's still up there. So I'll give it another 10-15 minutes. If I get any footage up, I have got a bit of footage of him sat up in the tree. I think it's a juvenile, but I'm not sure. I mean, the whole intention was to try and get some pictures on this stone wall, but there's not been that much down on it, to be honest. Some small birds, but at the end of the day, I only built it yesterday, so they take a bit of time to get used to it. But it'd be great if this buzzard had come down. But we've had a good morning with the, like I said, I had an hour this morning. We had some great pictures of the jays and woodpeckers. So, looking good. Alright, right, I'm off. I shall see you on the next one. Oh, another thing, we've got a buy us a coffee website now. Well, we've got a link to it, so if you fancy buying us a brew, it'd be most appreciated. Help support the channel and all that. So, thanks very much for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't done. We'll see you next week.